Thank you so much for joining me on today's tutorial. Let's get started. So for this particular design, we're going to use a square for this. So we're going to go to elements, and then if you just type in square, and then click on graphics, and let's see, this one is good, and we're actually gonna stick with the black, and I just resized it, and then I'm going to make sure that it's centered. And then since we already pulled up square, I'm going to click on this first square. I'm going to change it to black, and I'm going to make that into a rectangle. Maybe a little wider, and make sure that it's centered. And then I'm going to click on position, and then I clicked on backward to push it to the back. And I just resized it just to make sure that this rectangle is covered. So that looks good so far. Next, I am going to go to text, and I'm going to type in leave. And I want that to be all caps. And for this particular design, it's going to be more of a distressed look. So I'm going to change the font, and you can either type in distressed or texture. And let's see. Let's try this one. That one is okay. Let's go with this. Yeah, I like that. So I'm just gonna stretch that out, make it just a little bit bigger. Make sure that it's centered. I'm just gonna extend this because I want it to be almost the size of this space. So what I'm going to do is click on spacing and space it out just a little bit more. I think that looks good. And now I'm just going to copy it, Command C and Command V to paste it. And then this bottom part is going to say mark. I'm actually going to space this out even more since this is only 4 letters. So you could use this ruler to kind of make sure that the spacing is the same or as close to it as you could possibly get. So that looks good to me. And then I'm just going to copy this one, because it is also a 4-letter word. And then I'm going to change it to white. All right, so I think that looks good. Of course, making sure that everything is centered. Now, I mean, this, you could leave it like this, but I just want to add a little bit more to it. So I'm just going to type in texture. Click on graphics, and I think I like this first one, or on the first row. And this is good because I can crop this. Let's see. Do it. I just moved it to the next one because sometimes when you're designing, it places it in the center and then I have to move everything, and I don't want to move everything just to be able to get it to where I want it to be. So before I change it, I'm going to stretch this out as much as I can and then move it down. So this gives you the option to crop it, and I am going to crop it. I'm going to make it fit that black rectangle. I'm just moving it down with my arrows because the arrows allow you to be more precise, and I'm changing it to white, and then I'm going to position that back so it's behind the words. Let me make sure position, yep. So I think that looks good. And you know what? I think I might position this to the back again, or actually, let's see, can I click it? No. I'm going to position this back. So what I'm trying to do right now is bring the rectangle or the square to the front. So this border doesn't have the white on it like it did before. So that worked for me. Alright, that looks good, but I think it's too much right now. So I'm going to push the square back. Let me see. There we go. And just make it a little bit more transparent, or maybe even rotate it. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, might have been fine. Yeah, let's go with that. All right, so then the last step, I want to create that texture for these, for leave and mark as well. So let's see. See, there we go again. Let's do undo, and then let's put on this page. I don't like that one. Let me see. I'm just looking at the recommendations that they have. Oh, I kind of like this since it's more saturated on the side. Let's see how it looks. Gonna make it, yeah, just a little bit more transparent, and then let's position that to the back. That's okay. It's probably too too saturated, but I really did like that one. And this is kind of how I design, I guess. I keep trying until I get the look that I'm going for. So it's never like you get it right on the first time. Let's see. Still went to the next page. I like this one. This one might work. Let's see. I'm just gonna rotate that because I don't want it to be too much. I just want it to be enough, if that makes sense. And then I'm gonna crop this and see how that looks. That's cool. And I'm going to position this to the back so I can rock with that. So next I'm just going to copy that. Alright, if you're completely finished with it, you can actually group it together. And then if you want, you could resize it to make it bigger or smaller. So I'm just going to paste that onto my mock-up. Now it's saying it's centered, but for this shirt, the shirt is not actually centered on the mock-up. So I'm just going to play with it and make sure that it looks good to me. Alright, I think that looks good. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it's helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to leave it in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for joining me today. Have a good day.